Let's have a moment of silence. Congratulations.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any announcements?
We have none, Commissioner.
All right. Welcome to the Community Development Meeting for March 10th. We have myself, Damon Mullen, Commissioner and Committee Chair. We have the Kip as our Commissioner and Board President. We have Nick Skull as the Commissioner. We have our Director of Code Enforcement, Paul Pertel, and Director of Public Works, David Elzeri. And we have our Township Manager, Pat Stasio. And then on the phone, we have our Township Solicitor, Alex. Are there any presentations?
There are not.
Any public comments, non-agenda items only? Okay. All right, do we want to go through the approval of the minutes? Are there any changes to the minutes?
I have none.
Okay, minutes are approved for last month. So we have no land development. So new business. So this is the authorization to advertise a public hearing for conditional use application for the JERC Partners LLC at 91 North York Road, known as the station at Willow Grove. Does anyone want to give a background? Paul?
Sure, thank you, Commissioner. Yes, the Petrucci, which is the stations at Willow Grove, submitted a conditional use application to convert the existing second floor previously approved office area into 8 apartments comprising of efficiency and 1-bedroom apartments. And I'm requesting that the committee authorize the township solicitor to advertise for a public hearing. I believe it was April 7th. I think it'll give us enough time to advertise for the hearing.
Where is this building?
Excuse me?
Where is this building?
Willow Station.
It's stationed at Willow Grove.
Oh,
Across from the train
Across from
station.
the train
That's
station.
right.
Yeah.
I have no comments.
No comments?
This is just for the hearing.
No comments. We approve. All right. There's no old business, no redevelopment. So we'll move into our monthly reports. So we'll go to the Code Enforcement Department report. Paul, back to you again.
So thank you, Commissioners. The committee has my February 2025 report along with the February 2024 report. I have nothing to add to either those reports, but happy to answer any questions the Commissioners may have.
I have no questions. Just welcome back. You were missed.
Thank you. Good to be back. Good to be back.
I have nothing.
Okay, we will move over to the Public Works Department report.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. The committee has my report for Public Works and Sanitation and Recycling for the month of February. I have nothing further to add, but will gladly answer any questions.
Just that we ordered the 2 trucks, right?
2 trucks are ordered.
Good.
Thank you.
Nikki, anything?
No, I have nothing.
Okay. All right. So we have the engineering report in the packet, along with the traffic engineering report, the NIHETA report. So we'll move on to the Environmental Advisory Council.
Good evening. Seems like we're trying to break records with meeting times lately. How short can we get?
Yes, you're on the clock for 2 minutes. Let's go.
Let's see. Wondered if there was any progress on obtaining the reusable water bottle filling stations for the parks. The water, the water fountain that has the space for a reusable water bottle. Wonder if there's any progress on that?
I suggest you speak with Kate, and
Yeah.
she can fill you in. I know she's talking about that for the redevelopment of Woodlawn Park. But
Okay.
as far as Mason's Mill, I don't know what the status is. You should talk with her directly, please.
Okay. And We talked about it last time too, about replacing the storm drains that say nothing down the drain but rain. And haven't snagged an Eagle Scout or anyone yet to help with that, but we'll keep working on it. We'd also like to educate people on the importance of keeping cats indoors. Personally, I would like to see an ordinance that says you have to keep the kitty cats indoors. Cats kill literally millions and millions of birds every year. And feral cats, of course, as we know, are a problem. And people say, oh, my cat doesn't kill birds. But I mean, it's hardwired. Cats kill birds. And I like cats. I grew up with cats, but they should be indoors where they're safer too. So I'd like to at least educate people on that. The Upper Moreland Intermediate School actually went ahead and built a bluebird house for us, which we will install in Pelagie Park as part of the Habitat Heroes in the spring. They also want to expand their pollinator garden, and they asked us for some help on that. And of course, we continue to plan for Earth Day. Excuse me. And there'll be a talk on May 10th at the library at 1:30 about the importance of native trees. We'll also actually plant a small tree and show people how to plant a tree, and we'll give away trees. And we're asking people to pre-register at the EAC email. The Shade Tree Committee will also be helping on this. Any questions? We good?
I'm good.
All right.
Okay, thank you. And then we have the Historical Commission. You barely made it.
Two trains come in. I'm on the other side of the tracks. Just how it goes. I was hoping to even find a copy of my report in here because we had a power outage and everything went offline, so I couldn't print it, and I don't even see it in here, so.
It's in there.
Oh. Thank you. I think I know what I wrote. The two things that are most important, I think, are dates coming up, which isn't even on here, although we talked about it date-wise. It's going to be May 16th. That's going to be a community event, and I think we need to speak, Mrs. Tazia, to the Parks and Rec about that, if it's at the farmstead. This was the outdoor movie event that we had hoped to have, right?
Yeah,
To make that clear
you'd
with
speak
Katie,
with Kate
right?
directly. Yes.
Okay, we'll deal with Kate directly on that. But before that is April 22nd. That is the first item on my report. We're having another event, hopefully in this room. We have the room. We'll have to ask, I think, for some power to the room because there might be as many as 30 people. 40 people or more attended in the library when we did the deed search through the Recorder of Deeds, County Recorder of Deeds the last time. So there was a desire to have somebody else come back talking about preservation of homes and buildings in general. So we were able to find somebody who was coming to do that on the 22nd from 7 to 9 in this room, and we'll be putting that out, obviously, for the township to share with the community, and we'll share it on our own page and website as well. We're still working on the issue of the sign that was demolished that belongs to Arthur Adams Building. Do we have any further information on that from the commissioners? No, there's no filing of insurance or anything through here?
I can't imagine it go through insurance. We have such high deductibles.
No, not necessarily here. That would be Arts Insurance, but the actual sign that was demolished, I would think you'd have to know about that somehow, because that would have to be our sign. We, the township paid for it. No one's asked you,
It was in the police report. John Bates may have additional information. I can,
but you haven't heard and you don't recognize anyone signed off on anything.
no.
Well, they're waiting for the narrative that has to go on the sign before we even order it.
Oh, is it? Okay, you're going to order it then? Dan?
We're going to order it, but
Oh, okay.
the last time I spoke to you about that sign,
Right.
you
We're-
and the other organization weren't agreeing on what should be on the sign.
Correct. It's not a lack of agreement. It's the desire to have one of two architects recognized as having built the building that came after it across the street. So we have a whole story. And we're still working on that. It's amazing. If you do things, write them down so we can all read them 100 years later.
So in order to, I guess, put it through the insurance, we have to be invoiced for it. So until we get invoiced for it,
Okay,
so we have to get it built.
okay. All right.
So am I correct, Dave? Then we're waiting on information from the historical organizations? Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll work with Dave Elsier on that then, please?
Then I'll talk to you directly as soon as we have that information and we agree to how the narrative's going to read up there. That's fine. Very good. Other than that, we continue to put our 4 houses up, and that's just a process with people to ask them for pictures and things like that. But we're moving on it. So, are there any questions about anything we're doing? Something did come up. It came in a text, so it's not in this report, but if I can. The issue of the American flags, you had gotten back to me, and that was very expensive. I can't quite believe that Abington ever kind of paid that out. It seems like that may have been something they came up with more recently. But we were wondering about select places on the building itself, which would keep it higher and off the street and out of traffic and all those other things, whereas the poles are going to create a problem in traffic.
So I think what Susan is mentioning, she was talking about maybe putting some American flags on utility poles downtown. Reached out to PICO. They provided us all the information in order to get that approval process and the costs that are associated with it. And it's pretty much prohibitive, I would think.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're suggesting perhaps the private buildings can put flags on the buildings?
The Aaron Fort block itself.
We don't own any of those facilities. It's certainly something I can reach out to see if someone might be interested.
Okay,
Get back to you.
okay, thank you.
As far as I know, they're all owned by Michael Way.
That appears to be true, Commissioner.
And it just kicked this all out of my mind. The drum people want $30,000 to put a mural, which is great. But maybe Michael Way would be interested in contributing to that because it enhances his films. I know he's very difficult to reach.
I guess we can only ask. Thank you.
Any other commissioner comments? No?
No comments.
All right, cool. Meeting adjourned.